Hello and welcome to the B60 Top 4 show. Today we've got myself, Ryan, Mike, and Manny joining the show. I thought I'd start with the United game, Mike. 1-1 draw in the end. Hoyland finally producing a bit of output and getting you a 1-1 draw. What do you think of the game?
Yeah, I mean, it's the Premier League's done, isn't it? You know what I mean, it's kind of like friendlies in the Premier League for Europa League. That's the main thing, winning the Europa League now. So we're kind of just using the Premier League as fitness and trying to get a good feel about the squad and whatnot. So it was good not to lose because we were trying to get that unbeaten streak. Um, I thought we played all right. To be fair, again, it was just an average United performance. Obviously, we could play a bit better, but most of the players are probably focusing on Thursday. And yeah, no injuries from what I can remember, so that's a plus as well. And yeah, man, some players got a good field out. Chibo, Obi, um, and yeah, Holland getting his goal again. That was good because that will give him confidence. Obviously, Zirkzee is out for the rest of the season now, so we kind of need Holland. He's our only striker with Rashford not there either. So yeah, we need him being confident because he's a confident player. In relation to he needs confidence to play well. So yeah, I'm glad he got his goal. Hopefully that'll help him in Europa League. And then yeah, big game on Thursday. Like it's Europa or bust. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, true. I think for a lot of teams, Arsenal included, it's Europe or bust at the minute. To be fair, we played quite well. In parts of the game, I think we're a bit average in other parts against Palace midweek. Frustrating thing again is I think it's a common theme this season. Like most of the goals we're conceding, it's not even like the teams are producing a bit of Mateta and as they did produce like great bits of skill for both their goals, but just mistakes again. Saliba, I'm not going to criticize him too much because the guy's been a Rolls Royce most of the season, as he has been the last few years. But again, just a bit sloppy. I don't know whether he's mentally fatigued. It might be. I think he's only not played in 4 games this season. He's played all the others, so he's coming off the back of Euros as well and playing most of the games the season before. So I think he probably is a bit tired mentally, because they're just silly mistakes where he's kind of switched off. He did it against Real Madrid a couple of games ago for Vinny's goal as well, which is just a bit disappointing because you couldn't lock him out, as you had done in all the
Mm-hmm.
previous Champions League games against them. But yeah, it's just dallied on the ball and then just loses it. And to be fair to Mateta, it's a ridiculous finish. He's chipped it from a good like 25 yards out off the bar, and it was a great.
What's Raya doing though?
Yeah, but to be fair to him, I think he usually starts high, but I don't know if I can blame Ryan for that. Sleeper shouldn't be losing the ball there. Even if he's like doesn't have an option, just kick it out, bro. There's no excuse for that. Um, Raya is off his line, but to be fair to him, I think the finish is so good that even if he was a bit further back, I don't know if he's getting there, bro. That's like basically the
Yeah, now it was on like the other side of the goal though.
yeah, yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I mean? It
Yeah.
was on
I,
like the
I
left
think it's
hand
a
side.
great
Or
goal.
the,
I mean, if he was further back,
it's a good
maybe.
finish. It's a good goal. It's a good goal to be
But
fair,
to be
but
fair, if Saliba
yeah.
doesn't lose the ball, that goal don't happen. And then Raya can't get caught out in the first place. And then again with the Eze goal, again, a great finish. His bounce kind of then gone in off the post as a cross the ball in, and he's hit it on the volley. But again, I think we've left him alone on the edge of the box. There should be somebody there with him. It's just easy. I think two of them tried to get out, but it's just a bit too late. I think there's someone with them there. They don't have an option to cross that, or one of them could get a block in. But um, yeah, probably again, we've got 2 goals, but we're not really a team that I think scores like 3, 4, 5 goals in a regular. We've done it in Europe, I think, but not so consistently in the league. So I think, um, yeah, it's just a disappointing draw. Obviously the league's done. We're trying to rest in players, focusing on Europe, but. Yeah, I think it would have been nice, I think, for us in the last like 10, 11 games. So I think our form's dropped off in the league. I suppose I don't think we would have won it anyway, but it would have been nicer to like make Liverpool work for a bit more than they have. I mean, it's April and they've already won the title, so they've kind of walked the league this
Mm.
year. But hopefully we can cling on to second because I know we are prioritising the Champions League, but there's some difficult games. We've got Bournemouth, Newcastle is going to be a difficult one. We've got Liverpool at Anfield. think Southampton at the end of the season, hopefully that should be a 3 points, but I think I want to just cling on to second, I think, to finish the season best way possible. And hopefully do get a trophy in Europe. Again, going to be really tough, but I think that's the aim for us. Manny, I'm going to move on to Chelsea. What do you think of the game?
Yeah, it's an all right game. I think talking about Chelsea nowadays, it's more about control with the way Maresca wants to play, and I think that's what we're showing against Everton. A team that's been showing quite good form the past few games. I think before we played them, they were unbeaten in five. Um, so yeah, I was happy to get that win at home, clean sheet again. Um, I know I've been saying the past few episodes about we do need new centre backs and a keeper, but right now they are trying to, they're trying to put a name for themselves. I think we still do need new defenders and a new keeper, but um, yeah, they're playing well, and if they keep this up, I think we can start talking about Champions League and getting ready for Champions League football next year. But in terms of the game, we did play okay. We dug in when we need to, especially at the end of the game. Everton were putting us under quite a bit of pressure, trying to find that equaliser. I want to give a shout out to Madueke. He started on the left this time. I think it's the first time Maresca's put him on the left. Played really well. He's cutting onto his right foot a few times, creating a few chances, which was quite good. And also a shout out to Robert Sanchez, even though he's made quite a few mistakes and cost us quite a few points. He really shown his worth against Everton. So yeah, quite pleased, and yeah, on to the next one now midweek. Hopefully, can get out win against Dunkergens or whatever the name is.
Who?
Come on. Yeah,
Yeah, so you played against enough teams in that Conference League. I know you played against Noah and all
yeah.
sorts.
Let's relax. Let's relax.
You're going hopefully,
Man said no way,
the stretches of warm up about. But yeah, I think I'm gonna move on to hot or not. I think for Arsenal this week, I think standout performers, Jakub Kiwior. To be fair to him, I think everyone was quite worried when Gabriel got injured, but in all fairness to him, he's been pretty immense the last few games he's come in. He got the first goal as well, so it was solid at the back. To be fair, like, Saliba made that mistake as well, so he probably outperformed Saliba in this game. But yeah, he's been solid. I thought he'd be someone he'd probably look to leave in the summer, and that may still be the case because he's a bit of a backup player and he doesn't get too many starts. Obviously, with Saliba and Gabriel being there, but there's a lot of rumours that he'd apparently be happier to stay, which I'd be happy to keep him because I think he did it last season where he filled in at left back and then he's coming again for a few periods. Like, and when he gets a few games, he's been very, very good. So shout out to him. Trossard was good as well, I think. But again, yeah, he scored two in his. I think he scored three in his last two games in the league. So he might be knocking on the door, maybe for PSG to start up front, because you don't have Partey in the middle. So maybe Marino can drop back into midfield in the eight, have Rice in the six, and then maybe have Saka, Trossard, and Martinelli up front for the PSG game. But I'm a shout out those two, and then I'm not. Yeah, I'm probably gonna have to give it to Saliba for that mistake.
Are you
Again,
about that guy? Because he made a mistake against Real Madrid as well,
yeah,
and that's they like him.
yeah. Do you know what? The funny thing is, in the game, he didn't actually play. I'm only giving it not because it was just a glaring error that cost a goal and probably cost us the 3 points. But he didn't actually play badly. Like he didn't put a foot wrong all game. It was just that, and it's the same thing against Real Madrid. Like he locked up Mbappe, shooed him off. He just, I don't know, it's just little errors where he just probably lost control, lost concentration at the end. I think the Vinny one, he didn't look over his shoulder. It was a bit of a rookie mistake. And then Vinny came, stole the ball off him, scored. And then this one, yeah, just dally on the ball too long, then lose it. I think, sometimes I think it's better just keep it simple. Just hook it out if you need to. If the pass ain't on, I think he's trying to look for a pass and he just lost control of the ball. But yeah, I'm gonna have to give it to him for that because that's a bit of a criminal mistake. It cost us the 3 points. Manny, what about you for your hot or not?
For my heart, I'm going to give it to Robert Sanchez because some of the saves he made in that game, he made a lot of top saves. Don't get me wrong, he's a good shot stopper, but it's just when Maresca's asking him to play out from the back, he just makes way too many saves. He's just poor with his feet all round, but he's a really good keeper. And he did play well against Everton, so I'm going to give him a shout out just because he has come up against a lot of criticism this season. In terms of there's not really anyone I think that played too badly. So if I was to give it to someone, it would probably be quite harsh. But if you force me to give someone, I'd probably say Cole Palmer. And that's purely just based off the fact, not that he's played badly or anything, and just that he's our best player. So he's held to a higher standard, if you know what I mean. So, at the start of the season when he was scoring goals and getting assists, that's what we want from him. Like, we're only going to go as far as he can take us, really. So, just kind of want more from him, like in terms of putting his stamp on the game, whether it's getting the ball, dribbling past a couple of players and scoring a goal, because that's what he does. I think he's been a bit passive in the latter part of the season, but yeah, that's him and that is. But not that he didn't play well, he played okay, but yeah.
Yeah, do you think he's lacking confidence, Cole Palmer? So obviously his output's dropped off. I know his output was ridiculous for like the season and a half, pretty much. But yeah, it's kind of dropped off.
I think one is confidence, because you got to remember he is a young player. It's not like he's an experienced player. He's got hundreds of games under his belt. He's a young player still trying to learn the game. Also, I think he's at times. I think maybe with Maresca, the way he's trying to with his tactics or whatever, maybe sometimes Cole Palmer is getting in his head of what he wants from what the manager wants from him. Getting to the latter parts of the season, because you do see him kind of dropping back, trying to receive the ball in deeper spaces. Whereas you kind of earlier part of the season, you see him like high up the pitch, scoring goals. So yeah, I'm not sure. There's a couple of things, but his best position is high up the pitch. So I think he just needs to get back to doing that and scoring goals.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of similarities between like Maresca and Arteta in that sense, with the way Edgar's been playing recently. You see him dropping deep. It's almost like a quarterback kind of position and spraying the ball out. And I get what you mean about Maresca wanting control. I don't know if that's something they've learned from Pep Guardiola, but I think Arteta and Maresca are quite similar in that sense. And I find Odegaard like playing a lot of shorter passes. He still plays those through balls, but it's from like around the edge of the box rather than from deeper. And I don't know whether that's just because obviously shorter passes are probably more likely to be successful. And again, it goes back to that control element. But
that's why Pep with football, bro. He's got this tick attacker. Everyone's trying to copy him. It's boring, man. Let Cole Palmer be free. That's what he needs. Let Odegaard be free. Do you know what I mean? Look at Barcelona. Look at the amount. Obviously, he's a winger, but like Pedri and them man are doing like they're getting numbers. What's his name? Danny Olmo. He's kind of similar in that he plays at number 10 position, but he's getting goals and assists because Fleck just lets him play. Do you know what I mean? That high intensity football. That's what I like. Yeah, club type of football. You know what I'm saying? This tick-attack pass. He's playing Reece James in midfield. What's he doing? Reece James up and down the wing, bro. Are you mad? Reece James? Nah. Like it's just too much, man. Like I don't like that tick-attack of football, man. It's just boring.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think Odegaard he does get that freedom positionally, but again, it might be similar to Palmer. It might be just be a confidence thing as well, more than anything. Because I think, especially in terms of the amount of goals he scored this season, he ain't got as many assists either, to be honest. And his output's dropped off massively. I think he's admitted himself he hasn't had the best season. So hopefully he comes back stronger. Same thing with Palmer. I think they're both top players. Hopefully they prove the same right that form is temporary, class is permanent. Yeah, Mike, what about you for your hot or not this week?
I'll probably go for Patrick Dogu. Obviously, he's a new left wing back. I mean, he's adjusting to a new league. It's probably pretty harsh, but he didn't have his best games. It was against Anthony Solano and a lot of the winger. I forgot his name, but they're both pretty quick, pretty strong. He kind of struggled against him, and I think he lost the ball for the goal as well, which obviously cost us. So yeah, they didn't have the best of games, but it's obviously he's still young. You know, the position we're in, we can't buy ready-made players, so he's kind of got to develop. So you know, give him to next season, and then see where I go on with him. My heart, I'll probably say either Garnacho or Haaland. The only reason I go for Haaland because he got a goal. He's stuck in there until the end, and yeah, he did his job as a striker and he got the decisive goal to at least get to the point. Garnacho because he tries. Do you know what I mean? Like he's not the best, you know. Hopefully Cunha comes in, takes his position, but I would keep Garnacho because I would keep him as a bench player. I think it'd be a good squad player coming off the bench or in the cup games to start here and then. He's only young as well, so keep him, but at the same time, bring in Cunha. But yeah, Garnacho tried. He had a lot of shots. He takes people on, and yeah, he's got a lot of potential. But yeah, I liked him in that Bournemouth game. I think he played all right still. There wasn't many standout players, but for the people who tried and did the jobs, that's who I give it to.
Yeah, I think Garnacho potential off the bench could be like quite a high impact player with his pace. And I think as well with like Amarim, I think if you look the way like Porto played, Trincao was like a winger, but he moved him more like centrally, with him and Pote behind Gyökeres. So it may just be the case that it probably suits more of like a Cunha style profile, just like a centre forward, not quite a striker, you know,
Yeah,
that kind of in between player maybe alongside Bruno Fernandes. And then maybe potentially
I'd agree with that.
if you do bring one in, you get linked with Semenyo as well, which is interesting. Apparently, the front runners for him also. But I think
Yeah, I don't see
I
where
think
it plays
quite
unless you play
underrated.
win back.
Yeah, I don't see that. I'm guessing he'll be one of the ones behind your main striker. I'm assuming. But he seems like a good. To be honest, I think he's quite an underrated player. I think he's done really well this season. I think he'd be a decent signing. He may not be one of your big glamour signings, but I think he'd be a decent addition for you, to be honest.
Yeah, I think Bournemouth got a lot of players in there that probably won't be there next season. Do you know what I mean? So he's probably one of them. So yeah, even the manager might even be there. Do you know what I mean? So, but I don't know. I think if he was to come, I don't really see him in that number 10 because I feel like again he's a pure winger. I'd probably see him more right wing back or left wing back, holding the width and taking people on maybe if he was to come. But I don't really see it, to be honest.
Yeah, maybe he'd have to be one of the more attacking options, and then maybe
Yeah,
defensive on the other side on the wing backs. But yeah, it'd be interesting to see what business does get done in the summer. But talking of a club that haven't really done much business, and it's to be fair, it's not affected them. They're league champions again. But Liverpool on a slot first season. He's made little tweaks, and I know they had like the core of their team that won, the Champions League and the Premier League previously under Klopp, like Van Dijk, Alisson, Salah, etc. But to be fair to him, he's done a lot with a lot of good players or developed them. Gravenberch, I think, has been brilliant this season. Don't think he quite had that impact under Klopp, and then also Trent Alexander-Arnold as well. I think may obviously believe him, but defensively he seemed a lot more solid than he has done in previous seasons. So I just wanted to ask you, like, guys, what you thought of Slot in his first season, because the only addition he really made is Chiesa, and he's managed to take a team from like potentially going for Champions League to winning the league in his first year. So I think he's done a pretty good job.
yeah, I think you got to give credit to him in it. First season winning the league like that. Obviously, Klopp left him a good squad though. Don't get it twisted. Do you know what I mean? And obviously, the fact that City was so bad this season. Obviously, Arsenal had the referees that they will say the referees and injuries and whatnot. There's always excuses for Arsenal, but it's meant to be Arsenal season. Do you know what I mean? But now he got bigger up with Salah. He made Salah a better player. McAllister, what's that guy called? He said Gravenberg, whatever his name is. Both of them, yeah, madness. And yeah, Van Dijk. So Alisson, yeah, he had the players there. But I think the difference between him and Klopp was very go go go. He's kind of like go, but not too much. Do you know what I mean? Like he plays a bit more smarter, which I think suited the players more. There was less injuries. Maybe I heard in training that they wouldn't do so much in training, which means they kept the players fit, which is obviously important. Arsenal had injuries. Liverpool didn't really have too much injuries, so Yeah, I mean, it's been a weird season. I feel like if the quality, in my opinion, at the top was better, Arsenal probably could have challenged them to the very end. And if you invested right in January, like City did, probably could have won the league. But yeah, you can't discredit him. Slot first season, he's just got to do it again. That's the issue. They've got a pretty aging squad as well, so you got to invest right in the summer. But yeah, big him up still. He did his job.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think them signing Salah and Van Dijk, I think were big pluses for him. And I know again they're both the wrong side of 30, but I think apparently Salah doesn't even eat carbs, bro. You see, he looks in mad shape still. And I still think
Hmm?
he'll be able to keep playing for another couple of seasons. When
Mm.
he starts to lose his pace, it might be a bit of a problem, but he still seems pretty sharp. Van Dijk as well, I think he's a leader at the back, and he's been one of the top centre backs in the world for a long, long time. So I think they're big pluses for him. Be interested to see how they try and replace Trent, because I don't think there's really a like for like option out there. Well, at least not of the quality of Trent Alexander-Arnold anyway, especially on the ball. I was thinking it may be, someone like a Jeremy Frimpong from Bayer Leverkusen. Probably has been due a move for a little while now. Maybe him as a more traditional attacking fullback, maybe, or even on the left hand side, they're probably not look to make some additions. But hopefully, like Liverpool actually back him, and he can bring some of his own players in. Um, but yeah, I think he's done like I said, he's done a sterling job. Um, yeah, and probably are the kings of Europa police in this country anyway. So I'll move on to that. Big games, obviously, in the Champions League for Arsenal against PSG. I think we're at home, which I think without the away goals, I think does kind of help. Hopefully, we can get like a 2-goal lead going there, because they're a team that like seem full of goals at the minute. They can score a goal out of nothing, I think. So it'd be good to have a bit of an advantage, because I mean, going to the first game against PSG, their fans are ridiculous when we beat them 2-0. Even when we were scoring, their away fans like had their shirts off, they were swinging it about still. It was almost like they'd scored. Like it was ridiculous. I think the fans are letting flares off as well, like little goals, five-a-side pitches where like a bunch of like kids are playing during the day. They're letting off flares, hundreds of fans there. So I can imagine the
Hmm?
atmosphere at the Parc de France is going to be quite an intimidating one. So I think it's important we get that lead. But yeah, I think they're a lot better team than when we played them. When we played them, it's only really Hakimi and Mendes bombing forward that were the threat. I think Barcola's in quite good form at the time, but didn't really do too much against Timber. And I think that gives me a bit of confidence in the tie. I think Timber and Skelly, like they've done it against Rodrigo and Vinny, so it gives me confidence. Obviously, I think they do have quite a few wingers, to be fair. They'll probably have Bocola coming off the bench. Again, he was probably like one of the most informed players at the start of the season. So there's probably like 4 quality wingers they've got shifting around that front line. But I think, to
Well,
be fair,
Partey's a big miss, though, isn't it?
hmm?
Partey's a big miss, though, isn't
Yeah,
it?
that's the thing. Having Partey as well, I think it's important as well. You need that physicality in midfield with him and Rice, especially with their midfield as well. They're quite nimble, all really technically gifted. So, uh, yeah, it's going to be a miss. Hopefully, Rice can do his job in the six, and Moreno can step up in the left eight. I think it will be a miss, because I think Rice gives us that energy and drives us forward when he's in the eight. Obviously, he's going to have to be a bit more disciplined in the six. So, hopefully, we can make those adjustments, those tweaks, and don't affect us too much. But yeah, I think they've obviously added Kvara as well since January, so they've got talented players across the pitch.
What are you saying then? What's your score prediction?
I think we'll win the first game at home. Ideally, I think we need at least a 2-0. I think we need at least a 2-goal lead.
Because I go for two. You're saying 2-0, yeah?
I think they'll score.
So you see 2-1 or 3-1?
No, I'm gonna back. I think I'm gonna go 3-1. I'm gonna go 3-1 at home
Yeah.
this time. Yeah. I think, to be fair, it's like most like I know Manny's laughing, but you'd
Why are you laughing, money?
had 0 chance against Real Madrid, and bro, we made them hold 5. So I think,
Ryan did back his team last round, to be
yeah,
fair.
bro, yeah,
Learned his
I,
lesson.
I, I was with you guys, bro. I didn't give the chance against Real Madrid. I mean, no team really does when you're playing against them in the Champions League, to be honest. But yeah, I think we're good enough. I think hopefully we can get a 2-3-1 lead at least.
Yeah,
I think
I
we
think you
need.
got to struggle, for that midfield. The midfield is dangerous, but you got a home advantage. So I think you slightly win. I'm going for 2-1 Arsenal, in my
To be
opinion.
fair, I know we're losing party, but if we go back to the start of the season, I think I expected to start with Rice, Ødegaard, and Moreno anyway. Because obviously Moreno got brought in as the 8. I know he's done a great job up front. Hopefully that'll give him a bit more confidence and he can do a job in midfield because he technically, to be fair, I don't think he quite has the pace sometimes when he has to get up and down the pitch. But he's
That's what I'm thinking. He's actually played better for you, man, as a striker than he has as a midfielder. I think
yeah,
as a midfielder, he's kind of ghost.
yeah, I think he does a lot of things in midfield. I think don't get noticed as well. Like I think out of all the players in the club, he wins the most duels. Like he's very good under pressure as well. Under the press, like he's got you can tell he's a Spanish midfielder. Like he's really good at dribbling out of tight spaces, keeping the ball for someone who's like so tall and quite physical. Yeah, and he's got a good pass and he's got good technique. I'd back him. I don't think he's obviously Partey is quite progressive in that 6, and we're all going to miss him, but. I'll back Mourinho to do the job, hopefully. But yeah, I know Chelsea obviously against Kew Gardens. Man, it should be an easy win, surely, right?
Should we? I mean, I'm not really bothered about. I'd take a draw away from home. I've just been looking at this team's league table, and they're currently sat in 11th out of 16 teams. And they've got a goal difference of -1, scoring 2 goals and conceding 3 in 5 games. So it gives me a bit of.
I'm not gonna
Semi-final.
Yeah, bro. It sounds like you could be sending your academy kids out there, bro, and do the job, bro. Come on.
Yeah, if they've only scored 2 goals in 5 games, I don't think they have that much of a prolific attack. But I don't really know too much about this team, so I can't really speak too much about them. But if you compare, if you, yo, boys, it's football.
Semi-finals and Euro, you don't know the team. Oh, bro. That Conference League's a myth.
You never know what's going to happen in football. So, yeah, I'll be happy with a draw. If we lose, it is what it is. The second leg's at home, so hopefully we can do a job in them away from home. I know you guys know going away from home in Europe, it's never easy, whoever you're playing against, unless it's PSV. I don't know.
Real Madrid too. We won at the Bernabeu as well. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, don't forget that money, bro.
Yeah, but no. Hopefully we get a decent result to bring back to Stamford Bridge. We've got really good home form, so I fully expect us to go through to the final.
Might play Anthony in the final, you know.
I know. Yeah, I'm sure.
We'll bet they'll give you a good game. To be fair, Ishko them, man. They're actually decent. We'll bet
they're
decent too.
But again, I'll probably expect us to beat them as well in the final if we do get there. But we'll see. We've got to stay cool in these moments. We've got to take it one game at a time. Every game until the end of the season is a cup final now. So see what happens. Hopefully we can bring some silverware home.
Yeah, hopefully. And Mike, same thing for you. Silverware home in the Europa League. What do you think against Bilbao?
I'm shook, bro. I'm shook. One thing about United, bro, cannot trust this team whatsoever. But I don't know. Bilbao, I feel like obviously just the finals in their stadium, I think, this year. Normally, when people host, they never really win it. You know what I mean? That's what I'm clinging on to. Normally, like I said, they might still get to the final. I think if we get to the final and win it, no way we're losing against Tottenham in the final. In European final, there's no way we're losing against Tottenham. I guarantee that. If Nick was there, I'd say it to his face, you know what I'm saying? But we need to get to the final.
I'm not even sure they'll even get
I'll be right. Bilbao, a serious team. The 4th in La Liga, we're 16th in Premier League. So, they're favourites technically. I don't know if Williams the Williams brothers are playing. I know they've got a few injuries, but I don't know. It depends what United turns up. Do you know what I mean? So I'm not confident though, because I just know my team. So it could be 3-0 in the first leg, but then we could beat them 4-0 in the second leg. Do you know what I'm saying? It just could be like Leon. I thought, that's it, season over, done, and then boom. I don't know, man. But let's see. But we have to win Europa League. There's no question about it. We have to. Obviously, we're going to get a bit more money if we win it as well for transfers. Obviously, Champions League next season. A club that the biggest club in UK English, should I say? We need to be playing Champions League football, even though we're probably not ready for it. But we'll get a few players here and then just the same in the Champions League. Do you know what I mean? Just to hear that anthem and Tuesday, Wednesday football instead of Thursday football. It's long, man. So yeah, man. I don't know. Honestly, that's my opinion. Because you'll go with the flow with United.
Nico Williams. Nico Williams has got something for Dallo, bro.
But that was injured.
Was he injured?
Yeah, that's probably a silver lining. I can't lie, because that guy cannot defend.
Yeah.
So Matt Suarez is a bit better defending than him. Obviously, he's not as good as going forward though. So, but
yeah.
I'd rather my defender defend, especially against Nico Williams.
Yeah.
So, yeah, man. Let's see, man. Let's see.
Do you reckon you potentially play Dalot left back instead of Dorgu, or do you reckon you keep Dorgu in? If you did,
Dalot's out. He's out for the season, so he'll probably play Patrick Dorgu left wing back, Matt Suarez right wing back.
Yeah, it's fair.
Maguire.
Defensively, he's done a job at centre back for you and part of the back three, isn't
he? Yeah, Maguire, Yobo, and whoever. I can't remember who we got, but Lindelof, some dead guys like that. But yeah, man, if Fernandes turns up, we'll do our job in it. Hopefully, we'll get Ahmad back for the second leg. Hopefully, and then yeah, obviously he's our best attacker really. So
yeah.
But yeah,
there's another player you got to be wary about as well. His name's like Sansa. He's a striker. I mean, he scored like 17 goals this season. I think Iñaki Williams started kind of playing on the right, and then obviously Nico on the left rather than up front because of his form has been so good. So I think they've got a decent front three, to be fair.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see. I think I don't know. They're a decent side, aren't they? I think it's probably probably is the toughest draw you could have got for the semis. Obviously, I know Spurs, but Spurs in it. So
I'd rather play them over two legs, to be fair, than the final. I think Spanish teams in the final just always win. I don't know why Spanish teams in the final.
I'm not even confident Spurs will get past Bodo, bro. It's just a Spurs thing to do, isn't it?
Imagine that would be bad.
Yeah,
that would be bad. I feel like they will though. I feel like over two legs they have to in it. Do you know what I mean? That'd be so bad. But
it'd be good to have an all English final, I suppose. Good for that UEFA coefficient or whatever it is. Keep that
15th, 16th in the Premier League Europa League final.
Keep that fifth place.
Oh my god!
For Champions League qualification. No.
So we have 6 teams in Champions League.
I don't know whether. I don't know if we might.
I think it would. God, give us 5 places, and then if United win,
potentially have 6. Yeah,
6 teams.
Yeah, because there was something as well, wasn't there, about if one of the teams won the FA Cup as well. I think did they get Europa?
Oh yeah, Palace win to get Europa League. Yeah,
there'll be an extra Europa League spot as well. So yeah, it could be quite a few English teams in Europe next season. Which is obviously always good.
Keep Chelsea in Europa League.
Nah, no, that though.
Yeah, that's gonna be an interesting battle for Champions League spots. I'm hoping Arsenal. I think we've got a 4-point gap on Newcastle. But Newcastle are fine at the minute, so I'm hoping we can keep that second place spot. To be honest,
imagine.
Yeah, it's gonna
second all season.
Teams. Yeah, I think it's important for City as well to get Champions League. I'm sure with like the amount of the money they've probably spent on wages and stuff as well, they probably need that revenue too. So same with Newcastle if they want to keep Isak and Gemarash and everyone. I'm sure they'll all want Champions League football. So yeah, it's interesting into the season. For that.
Yeah, I think a bit Arsenal, Newcastle, City, and who else is it? Chelsea and someone else in it. I don't think Villa will get it. Not in Forest, isn't it?
Yeah, Nottingham Forest.
That'd be harsh for them to miss out. They've been that top 4 season.
Yeah. They've had a couple of losses, haven't they? So yeah, hopefully they cling on. It'll be a good story.
Yeah, hopefully get over Chelsea. That'd be funny.
I'm kind of hoping if we do make the final, we get Barcelona. I want revenge for that 06 final. I can't lie.
That's what Sam said as well.
That was heartbreaking as a kid, bro. Watching that 10 minutes away, bro. We had 10 men most of the game as well. But anyway, on that note, I'll end this week's show. Thank you both for joining. please like, subscribe, and comment, and we'll catch you again next week.
Yeah.